True. One of the things I have been wanting to do more of is blog. Not to vlog with a V, but blog with a B. So, Pen of the Beloved started out as a blog almost, what year is it, 2023? So about 10-ish years ago, a little bit longer than that. I started writing poems and just thoughts on the internet on a website that at the time was called Waiting for a Beloved and is now Pen of the Beloved. And I can go into a history of the change in title. I guess I could do that now because most people don't know. So Pen of the Beloved, I am the pen, I am a writer, and of the beloved means of God whom I call beloved, like in John, when John says, I am my beloved and he is mine. Actually, I think that's in a different book of the Bible, but John also would refer to himself as the disciple whom Jesus loves, which I take as beloved, and I am someone whom Jesus loves deeply and greatly. So I took Waiting for Beloved, which was a meaning of me waiting for the arrival of my beloved, which is God and also just love in general. And one day I was a teenager dreaming in my room about writing, and I thought of my blog, and I believe God was like, change it to Pen of the Beloved, because you do not have to wait for me. You do not have to be in a constant state of waiting because I am present. The creation of Pen of the Beloved becoming more than a blog, becoming more about creativity, started in 2018 after I ended a very challenging but beautiful internship. And it was full of amazing middle schoolers that I got to work with and learn from and be present with, to share poetry with, to share my love for God and Jesus with, and also be able to see them grow and develop their own love for God and their own love for creativity and just life in academia and all of these things that come with running an after-school program and a summer camp and all of the beautiful in-betweens of an internship. I came back from that internship, and in 2018 I was like, God, I don't feel creative, and I feel like I'm not doing as much as I could be or as much as I should be. And so in the process of leaving a place that didn't often have space for me to be creative, or rather give me the time to be creative, I came back home to Mississippi at the time, and I was like, this is my time to be creative. This is my time to make space for all the things I didn't have time for. And what ended up happening is I became the most creative I think I'd ever really felt in my life at that time. And I started writing, and all of the poems that I had written in moments of brokenness and sadness and in pursuit of healing, in pursuit of creativity, became this book right here, For Wonder in the Wilderness, which was about seeking wonder in what to me was a season of a wilderness, a season of growth, a season of learning to understand who I was in this new state of being an adult. And by state I mean state of being, not state of location. And I was learning how to be an adult. For the first time ever, I was not in school and my schedules were not being determined for me. I was dealing with friendships and relationships and potential relationships that were blooming and then dying, and then having to understand all of what that meant as a 23-ish year old at the time. And so the desire for creativity stemmed from those moments of waking up in an internship that sometimes felt like a cocoon that was preparing me for a lot of the things I've come to know and love in my life, which is nonprofit. It's creativity. It's working with kids, because kids are awesome. Teenagers are awesome human beings. And for any of the, well, now adults who were teenagers when I was in Delaware, I still think about you guys all the time, and you were awesome and part of the best parts of my life and my time and at that place. And so this is not about you, so don't think that. But so that is essentially where the desire to live a creative lifestyle came from, because in those moments, I remember thinking there has to be more of discovery and more of learning how to enjoy life that doesn't revolve around expending so much of myself. Because it was, if you've worked in nonprofit, you know that it's a lot. And a lot of the times there isn't time and space for reflection, for rest and resetting. It's kind of a constant state of going all the time. And so I remember I would have conversations with other interns and we would write poetry, and I had this poetry wall that was really just sticky notes, and I had each sticky note was like the poetry wall, like one sticky note was and then poetry and then wall. And I would write poems on sticky notes and I would stick them on the wall so that I could have this pocket of creativity for myself in a space that wasn't always conducive to that. And it was a lot of fun, for sure. It was very hard, and I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about other people. I learned a lot about God. And I'm kind of losing topic here, but going back to creativity, which is what we're here for. I remember coming home and in the season of kind of picking my blog back up and writing so much for the first time in a long time. I had started a new novel. I was writing poems. I was just doing a lot. And I remember, I think it was a moment I was like writing in my prayer journal, and I remember thinking, every single person has a measure of creativity. And if you've been following my YouTube or this Instagram account or any facet of what I've been doing on the internet for the last 3 years, you've heard me say that, you've seen me write that, you've seen me post that. I truly believe every single human being on the face of the earth has a measure of creativity, and how it grows depends on how we cultivate the creativity that I believe God bestows to each and every one of us. And so, in this current season of my life, I am no longer 23, I'm 28. And I have been working like my first 9-to-5 ever in my life for like the last 2 years. And it was really hard doing that in the beginning, because I was like, I have no time to write. I have no time to create. And a big part of creativity is always knowing that it's not about spontaneous moments of inspiration, but so much so it's about discipline. And that's something I've had to embed into my own life, because discipline is not fun sometimes, but it's so worth it. And yeah, one of my desires for Pen of the Beloved is growth and more creativity for myself, more creativity for you, and us growing and learning together on how to practice routines and rhythms of creativity in our own lives. I have like this little it's not really a slogan, but on my YouTube channel, it has my title, Pen of the Beloved, and then under that is the dwelling place for creators, because I want Pen of the Beloved to be a space that is imbued with creativity, imbued with inspiration, imbued with beauty and love and joy and creativity, as I believe God truly did intend for it to be. And we are creative because God is creative, and otherwise I wouldn't be doing this, because I do believe every good and perfect gift comes from above. In this year, specifically in this season, because fall is my favorite season. I know it's not fall, but we're close. We're so close. And it's been triple digits here in Texas, and I don't like it because I don't like to sweat. So it's just been so hot. But as fall approaches, there will be more poems, there will be more videos about creativity, and it's something I will work to try to commit to throughout the year, not just when it's September, because it's my favorite time of the year. And if you've made it this far into the video, I will be releasing a new blog post tomorrow called The Pursuit of Creativity, that delves a little bit more into what I've talked about in this video, which is about creativity. It's about seeking the things that we love in the midst of environments that we don't love. And that's kind of been where I've been. But yeah, thanks for watching. And if you haven't subscribe to my YouTube channel, please do, because I have some amazing content coming out in the next month or so. I just have to edit the videos and like make them pretty and then upload them, and then you'll have content. But yeah, stay creative. Love you guys. Bye.